Welcome to your daily dose of dopamine. I'm Susan Scarlett, and that really amazed guy over there appears to be Robert Cochran.
Amazed, impressed, and so yeah. Well done, well done.
The
The voice
girl can
cannot
learn,
fix
you know. She's still educable in her 70s. Isn't it wonderful?
Oh, I do love that that was a thing, and that look at you, you jumped right on it and checked it. So for those who are missing our little prequel, go back 2 episodes and watch Susan battle the
Battle the computer voices.
yeah. Well, we're here now, and what's good in your world?
Well, actually, I was scheduled on May 18th to do the neuropsychometric testing, which one needs to do in advance of DBS.
Mhm.
And they called me a couple hours ago and they said, "Would you like to come in tomorrow morning at 8:30 instead?" And I said, "Oh yeah. Oh yeah." So I don't need to have this hanging over my head for 3.5 weeks. I'm just gonna eat a good healthy dinner tonight, get a good night's sleep, get a good healthy breakfast. They said it can take 2 to 6 hours. 2 to 6 hours. And they said, bring snacks, bring some water, and bring a layer because it's cool. It can get cool in this place. So
DBS, deep brain stimulation, talking about surgery in June. And these are the steps. We're beginning to take practical steps going forward. How are you feeling about that as it becomes more real?
about tomorrow or about the surgery?
Either way.
All of it. All of it. Um, about tomorrow, I've done this kind of test twice as an adult, and I find them quite difficult, quite taxing, exhausting. However, they're also fascinating and curious and interesting, and I don't ever get to see the results, when they're compiled and everything. But it's a cognitive test, and they want to see what parts of my brain are working, and they test. Have you done these at all lately as an adult?
I don't think so. And, can you give us a brief sample of maybe what some of the things you'll be experiencing?
Sure, sure. So they might present me with a drawing that I'll draw it while we're talking. Like another example would be uh, that they would ask me to tell them how many words I can think of in
Okay.
that start with a certain letter,
Yeah.
uh,
Now I get it.
that kind of thing.
I'm trying. There was a
So
couple of websites I saw that do this sort of thing, and actually, I was thinking about running those types of tests with Yaks and Day One. But anyway, I do get it now. Yes.
So they might, let's say, give me a drawing that looks like this.
Okay.
I mean, I just made that up, right?
Yep.
And
Right.
they'd take it away and they'd say, can you reproduce that drawing?
Right.
And they would tell me beforehand, we're going to ask you to reproduce this drawing. So they take it away and you do your best. Half an hour later, Robert, they come back and they don't give you the drawing and they say, remember that drawing?
Yeah.
Could you do that again? So
Right.
another example would be telling a story. They would have, lots of details in the story, and they would ask you to repeat back the story with as much detail as you can. So these are testing different parts of your brain, I guess, different functions. And you know the one about counting backwards by,
Yep. Sevens.
oh yeah, it was subtracting by sevens, and
Yeah.
I can get from 100 to 93, and then it starts slowing down. So for tomorrow, I'm feeling like I kind of know what to anticipate, so I'm okay. With respect to the surgery, I'm still in the information gathering process. It's really important to me. So anybody who's out there listening, I value whatever people's stories are. Everything's relevant. May not end up being my story, but gives me more basis to know what questions to ask my doctor, things to think about myself.
It's
Oh,
so important because I think, DBS is such a big decision. And as you're finding out, there's so many blank spots yet in the process. The doctors are inordinately confident, as they should be. I mean, the surgery is really, well done by this point, has decades of experience behind it. For the patient experience, however, participant, patient, yeah, your patient disregards surgery.
right.
You're finding blank spaces, is what I'm hearing, and you want more, patient reported outcomes to kind of, not necessarily be your truth, but to fill in the possibilities of it, right?
Yes, and the blank spaces are not from the medical profession, that there's a gap from them.
But
It's
yeah,
that
but
as
none of them had the surgery.
yeah, I need and want to know what they're going to do,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to do those things. I'm going to be
I hope
receiving
not.
them, responding to them, whatever. So that's if there's a gap, it's in the ability to, and that's why I want to, try to be out there with this for the world. The ability to communicate at a patient to patient level, what to think about
So
when.
this is extraordinarily important. It hits on everything that Yaxon Day One does in the same regard for addressing the gap, right? It's not attacking the doctors. It's not saying there aren't things like DBS and pharmaceuticals that are helpful. It's saying that the patient-reported experience is still lacking in general depth and breadth and ability for you to research.
Just, I don't know that they think about it. It's
Right.
almost like we can't even say that it's lacking except in its absence. It's not that it's done poorly or it's
Right.
done inadequately. It's just not done very much. So
Well,
I'm seeking out when I have a chance to talk to somebody who had it. That's the only way I know to do it. So resources for the patient to go to find other patients, that's lacking. I mean,
A, you're speaking up. B, you're sharing. So you're filling the gap on both sides.
not my part.
All right. Well, that's time. We're overtime, and I went overtime because I thought it was important to really to get this so that people. This could be, I think, really a keystone daily dose for people to look at who are, And I appreciate you made the call. Well, people who want to share their stories or have information. Let's get it going. Comment, share. Let's talk about it. We can have you on the dose. We'd love to hear your story. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. We'll see you soon.
your daily dose.